there was a very, 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 very wealthy man. And there was a very poor man. And the very wealthy man was making a wedding for his daughter. So the minhag that they used to have in the old days is they used to feed the aniyim first. And they made like tables for them, and then they made the wedding, whatever it was. Anyway, this poor man came to the wedding late. He came to the wedding like me, at the chuppah. It's terrible. Because, you know, these nice weddings, the thing with the shmor is like unbelievable, and then you miss the shmor. You come in the middle of the chuppah, and they're all wheeling everything out. You're trying to get a piece of chicken, and they don't wait. They're just flying by. You're like, you know, the guys will come late. So this guy came late, and he missed all the food. And he comes to the chuppah. Also connected to last week. And he comes to the chuppah, and the father of the bride is under the chuppah. The bride is there, the chassan is there, the Rav is there, and the Rav is making the brachas in the beginning, right? The two brachas, and then they're going to have the shever brach. This ever under the chuppah. This ani, this poor man, was starving. He felt faint. So he walks up to the chuppah. I can't believe you, this is right, this is a story from many years ago, I said it. He walks up to the chuppah, and he walks over to the father of the kala, and he says, could you give me a shmek tabik? Now, for all those who don't know what a shmek tabik is, it's snuff. This little box you have on Shabbos, it's snuff, it has a smell. I don't know if you, in your shul you have it, but in Kippur I got like 10 of them, it's very cute. In Kippur I daven in a shul that's all Israelis. I don't want to daven Americanized. If I'm in Israel, these guys never saw television, they don't know who Santa Claus is, they're Kaddish. They're real, all Yerushalmis. My father always davened in the shul, all Yerushalmis. So I davened all Yerushalmis. So I buy cherry flavored, all this garbage. These little fish kids, right? And they were so excited, first of all, American, right? And I have these things all lined up, and every 5 seconds they're coming up, they're smelling it, and then they ask me, you have permission, can I give it out to all the people? So these little kids walking with all these shmek tabs, all kinds of bubble gum, and cherry, and mint, and nana, and good stuff. So on Yom Kippur, it really does help. Anyway, so he says to the father, the kala, could you give me a shmek tabik? And the father says, listen, my daughter's going around the chassan right now. I can't give it to you. I would love to, but I can't give it to you right now. Come back to me later after the glass is broken, and I'll help you out, whatever it is. He says, please, I'm going to faint. He says, I can't give it to you right now. Look what's going on. Please, you have to get off the stage. You have to get off the thing, okay? So the guy walks away. The guy walks away, and he goes outside of the wedding, and he sits down on the floor, and he says to Hashem, Kadosh Baruch Hu, it's one thing I'm not rich. It's another thing I have no food or anything to drink because I showed up late. What, a shmek tabik? God, you can't give me a shmek tabik? Even that you won't give me? And he faints. That's his story. They wake him up, they give him to drink, they give him to eat, fine. The man, I think it was with the Divrei Chaim, I'm not sure. The man, the father of the kala, who was very, very wealthy, starts to lose his money. Every day a boat sinks, and this happens. And like after 2 years, he's as poor as the guy that came for the Shmek Tabik. So he comes to the Rebbe, I think it was a different Chaim, I don't know which Rebbe it was, a big Rebbe. And he says to the Rebbe, I don't understand. I keep the mitzvahs, I keep the Torah, nothing changed in my life. I lost everything. I'm a poor man. I have nothing. What happened? What should I do? The Rebbe says, come back tomorrow. He goes back tomorrow. So the Rebbe asked, there's a tefillah that you should get your answer in a dream. And he did whatever he had to get his answer in the dream. And he asked in the dream, it's called a shalos chalom. He asked the malach in the dream, my high, this guy always gave tzedakah, he always did everything, he was a good guy. The biggest bracha in the world. It's the biggest bracha in the world. It includes all brachas. It says right before a person dies, the biggest Indian is, if you can, it's to make a bracha shahakol niyah. Shahakol niyah means everything goes according to Hashem. Anything can happen. Every second, anything can happen. So it's a bracha that entitles everything. On fruit, on an apple, on suffix, on this, on that. Shahakol works. Anyway, so the Rebbe has a dream. And he sees in the dream the poor man coming to the chuppah, asking for a shmek tabik, some snuff. Him saying, I can't do it right now. My daughter's walking around. It's not the right time. Right? Like I told the guy, it's not the right time. I should give you money right now. I'm looking for my bag that I left in the taxi. Right? And the guy, the Rebbe sees the guy fainting and crying, and to Hashem, at least the shmek tabik I could have. You're not giving me anything else. And he saw there was a big zera because this man cried to Hashem. Hashem said, this guy caused such a thing, that a person should be so broken, he's going to lose everything. So he comes to the Rebbe tells him, did you make a wedding a few years ago? Yes. Do you remember under the chuppah, a man came to you for some snuff? He asked you for shmek tabik? Yeah, I remember something like that. Do you remember what you did? He said, yeah, I told him to come back after the chuppah. He said, you know that this man fainted and that he cried to Hashem that Hashem would even give him a shmek tabik? He said, he has all your money. I said, what do you mean? He says, go to this and this town, ask for Yasala the beggar, Yasala who was the beggar, and you will see that he is exactly as rich as you were. Okay? So, we can't believe it. That guy, he goes to this town that the Rebbe sends him, says Yasala the beggar. They go, Yasala the beggar? We don't have no Yasala the beggar. You mean Yasala who supports the whole town, the millionaire, multi-millionaire? He says, really? Yeah, once upon a time he was very, very poor, but he came back to the town after that and he made a deal, and then another deal. Hashem took from this one. He said, you didn't give him a shmek tabik? He gave it to him. He went to see who it was, and Taka was the poor man. And he freaked out. And the poor man said to him, oh, I remember you, I went to a wedding, want to come eat, want to come sleep, whatever. Okay, he eats and he stays overnight, goes back to the Rebbe, he says, Rebbe, how do I get my money back? He has all my money. How do I get my money back? The Rebbe says, it happens to be that his daughter is getting married next week. Go to the wedding. Wait till his daughter's walking around the chassan. Ask him for a shmek tabik, and if he doesn't give it to you, you get all your money back. So the guy goes back, comes to the town. The kala, it's a very ridiculous story. The kala is walking around the chassan. He goes up to him at like the worst moment. He says, please, please help me. Could I get a shmek tabik? And the guy puts his hands in his pocket and takes out 6 little boxes. He says, of course, which one do you like? And he faints on the spot. Faints on the spot? That's it. He ain't getting back his money. Not that the guy knew. The rich guy now, he didn't know what happened, that the guy lost everything. He didn't know anything. So he goes back to the Rebbe and goes, Rebbe, I asked him for a shmek tabik. He took out 6 boxes. I'm never going to get my money back. Rebbe says, stay here, stay in the town. He called him, the other guy, who became very rich. I saw them in a sefer. He called him, he brought him in, he said, listen, told him the whole story, what he saw in Shemayim, and he came for shmek tabik, and you got all his money, so could you make him a partner? Because really it was his money, make him a partner, the two of you will work together, you'll make millions and millions of dollars, v'kachaya. He rings down. Craig, you never heard that story. Wow, it's called the shmek tabik story. A lot of guys know that story. It's a chassidish story.